Okay, so this next video is focusing on a question that was asked on Quora that I got into a major discussion with people about. The question was, an 18-year-old had asked their father to stop cleaning up after them in their own room. And I stated that parent is invasive. Went back and forth with quite a bit of people. One of the people had said that this person needs to be grateful and respectful. And I really got into it with them. But I want to talk about why I am right and all of you are wrong. Okay? It's not about being right, though. It's about the development of society. Okay? So a lot of people were like, well, hey, 2 to 3 days is long enough for this person. They need to get it together. Here's why this is so important, okay? Let's say the parent has been doing this for the last 5 years of the child's life. Every 2 to 3 days seems to be the consensus that the parent is either running out of dishes. Now, everybody's assuming we don't know why the parent is doing this, but this is what everyone's general consensus is. Everyone believes that 2 to 3 days is long enough for that child to get it together, and because they have had 2 to 3 days for 18 years, they should now have the model of how to do this. Okay, it takes a minimum of 18 days to create a habit. And the max is 254, but you have to add certain factors, and we'll get into that. So if it takes 18 days to create a habit, and let's say the father has been doing this for 5 years, so from the time the child was 12, if the parent has been doing this since the child was 12, for every 2 to 3 days picking up and then coming in behind the child like, I told you to pick up, then the child has actually never had the minimum amount of time to create a habit. Everyone's general consensus is 2 to 3 days. Let's say he's gracious and he actually gives the child 5 days. It's still not 18 days. That child has never gotten 18 days to create a habit. Now the child is older. Child is 18 years old. Yes, definitely should have it under control, but for the last 5 years, this parent has been giving them 5 days, maybe 3, maybe 10, but still not 18. The longer this parent goes doing this, so if they've been doing this for 5 years, the longer it's going to take for that child to get into the habit, because now they have never even had their own reins. So this parent might need to give the child 30 days. The longer and longer it takes. So let's say this parent has actually been doing this their entire life, since they were 4 years old. That person would probably need more than the maximum 254 days. That person might actually need a full year, because they've been stunted. Now, because the general consensus is 2 to 3 days, that is all your general consensus, that means that you have had this happen as well. That's your belief, because that's what your parents did to you. And what you did is you created a whole bunch of different methods to get around this. So some of us are really obsessive. Hey, you need to take it to the sink as soon as you are done. And you create a habit around that. And you do it quickly, because you're not going to be the one to be called crazy, lazy, and stupid. All of what you did is you just created a coping mechanism for your own conditioning. You are all saying 2 to 3 days. You're not even giving them 1/8 of what they need for their developmental growth. And this is when you're grateful to your parent for the absolute bare minimum. Thank you so much for a clean house. Thank you so much for cleaning up after me. Thank you so much for tolerating My ungrateful behind. Y'all have a good day.